Okay, welcome. I see you guys are coming in the chat. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I see a Buck fan. Okay, Buck fan, what's going on? What's going good? Buck fan, it's early in the morning. We're just getting prepared. Um, yeah, we do the morning show and we also do the post game show. Okay, so yes, the host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast, EJ is not in today. I am the co-host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast. I'm his father. Okay, so it is what it is. We here, to do exclusive, pregame with the New Orleans Saints. I see we have a Buck fan in the chat. Shout out to you, and shout out to your team. Look like the teams that they said that was going to be weak in our division, look like they're going to be proving a lot of people wrong when it comes down to the division. Okay, it's very early, very early, very early. Okay, and we understand that. So y'all give me a couple of seconds to get it straight, and we will be having people come on for the Batter Sports Show podcast. So y'all just give me a couple of minutes. Once again, welcome to the Batter Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. Like I said, it's very early, and we're getting ready for everybody to come on. I know we got some late bloomers. It is what it is. We're gonna have a couple of late bloomers coming in, but it's an interesting matchup for the New Orleans Saints. Very interesting matchup because you're playing the Green Bay Packers, and there's a couple of key components I want to talk about today, which I'm going to talk about first. First off, kudos, $52 million contract to Carl Grandison. Kudos to Carl Grandison. Um, we talked about last week what are the New Orleans Saints are going to do. you know, at the defensive end position as far as the future, we've been waiting on Peyton Turner to take that spot opposite of Cam Jordan. But it hasn't, the injuries due to injuries. Our draft pick, Peyton Turner was a draft pick 2 years ago of the New Orleans Saints, and it just hasn't worked out so far. He's going to be out to 3 weeks, and it just haven't. And you've seen a guy like Carl Grandison actually step up, and wind up taking that position. Okay, wind up taking that position. So for a guy who I thought maybe would be penciled in as a starter is now looking to be a backup with the New Orleans Saints, a role player with the New Orleans Saints. Peyton Turner, I thought has a lot of ability. He has a lot of ability, but he can't stay healthy. He just can't stay healthy. And the New Orleans Saints signed a guy that I thought was a good player in Carl Grandison. I really thought he was a underrated player out of the University of Wyoming. He had some off the field problems, off the field things that got in his way, and he wasn't able to get drafted due to the off the field incident that he had in his college, in college. So he took the long journey of going undrafted, and they got some players that take that different route than other players. So he took that long journey of being undrafted. Sometimes it's not a bad thing for players to get a maturity level, okay? And it's all about maturity in sports. And I don't think that Carl Grandison at that time was mature, and that's okay. So some people have to go the hard route. to have great success in their life, and some people have to go. They go the easy route to have success in their life. And Carl Grandison, had to go the harder route, and it's okay. Okay, it's okay to go the harder route in life. Okay, because now I think that guy is more hungry than than what people think. I think he's a hungry young man. Yeah, and it shows. Look at the contract. Look at the contract that they gave this man. Okay. Shout out to Travis 504. Shout out to you, brother. And I just want people to understand, signing Carl Granderson is a power move for the New Orleans Saints. That's a power move because now, I think the Saints have learned from the past incidents on how they let players get out the building like they did with Trey Hendrickson. They were, and I think that Mickey Loomis did not want to see another Trey Hendrickson get developed by the Saints and being picked up by another organization. Okay, I think the organization. I think the Saints have learned. I think the Saints have finally learned that, hey, you know what? We're gonna have to take care of. It's cheaper to take care of our own players that we develop. Okay, because the Saints have for many years have been a training facility for other teams in the NFL. We will groom players, and other teams will pick our players up. Like Chauncey Gardner Johnson, who I think a lot of that had to do with his attitude. I think the Saints would have been willing to give Chauncey a shot at getting a decent contract, but I think Chauncey messed that up with his attitude. Okay, and I want nothing but good things for Chauncey Gardner. He's out for the season for the Detroit Lions. He's out for the season. A young man who had a promising start, and it's kind of ironic that everywhere he goes, he kind of shit on the organizations. Okay, every everywhere he go, if he don't get his way, he kind of like basically shit on the organizations that, and I think that's what happens. I'm not saying it's karma. I'm not saying that it's a good thing that happened to him. I'm just saying sometimes you got to be humble in the NFL. The NFL will humble you, okay? And I want people to understand that the NFL will humble you, and that's just the way football is. Now, like I said, and it's very very great for this organization, great for this team that the Saints were able to sign Carl Grandison to a stellar defense. I mean, this defense. I mean, that's how you award such great play. That's how you award great play. You award them with a contract. And Carl Grandison has been eating. Number 96 has been eating. And I'm just telling you, that was a well-deserved contract by Mickey Loomis and Hartley. I think his name Hartley. Okay, but that's the numbers man. Kyle Hartley. Can't even pronounce the man name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, the Saints are moving in a great direction. I want to see more out of Derek Carr. Well, I want to see more protection. I've seen a lot of podcasts going on, and there's a lot of criticism among Saints fans. Saints fans are torn. There's a lot of Saints fans that are trusting the process, and there's a lot of Saints fans that is waiting for Derek Carr to not have success so they can get Jameis Winston back at quarterback. Okay, so we got a torn organization when it comes down to who they believe in. Okay, I believe that Derek Carr was the right move for this organization. I believe that Derek Carr, even if you look at him in the fourth quarter, you look at, he makes a couple of mistakes. He's not getting them, but he has a clutch gene. I look at him. He has a clutch gene. I mean, you see the game against the Tennessee Titans. He was able to overcome, and he threw that play to Chris Olave down the seam, was able to get a first down. And then I seen, just this past week, He does another in the fourth quarter to keep the team ahead. Okay, and that's no knock on Jameis Winston. I just think that Derek Carr, is for this team, is a better leader. And you could just see that the team wants to win for Derek Carr. You can see. And despite the things that you feel, despite the things that you feel, it's all about what the players in the locker room feel. And you've seen Michael Thomas go to bat for Derek Carr. He never went for bat for Jameis Winston. And there's a lot of, you see Chris Olave, they're doing a lot of things for Derek Carr that they didn't want to do for Jameis Winston. And you look at Tyrann Matthews, the way he talks about Derek Carr. You look at the players. And like I said, get out your feelings. We got a lot of people who be in their feelings when it comes down to talking sports. Okay? If we need Jameis Winston, I'm going to root for Jameis Winston. If something happens to Derek Carr, I'm going to root for the Saints quarterbacks. Whoever's going to lead us, I'm going to root for. If you root against a Saints quarterback or any Saints player, you're not a Saints fan. You don't root against your own team. I don't know how that go. Some of you guys are new Saints fans. I've been a Saints fan since the day of Bum Phillips, Jim Mora. Okay? I come from a long line of heartbreaks from an organization that gave me nothing but heartbreaks. But I never, ever thought about rooting against my team. I never thought, shout out to Will. I never thought there was a time. I remember them days of the Cha-Ching days. Who remember Cha-Ching? Who remember the quarterbacks, Doug Nussmeier, Vince Buck, Wade Wilson, Dave Wilson? Okay, we can go on and on. Mike Buck, Dave Wilson, Wade Wilson, Billy Joe Tolliver, Billy Joe Holber. We can go with Heath Shuler. We've seen many quarterbacks. Kerry Collins, when he was just recovering from being an alcoholic. We had Jim Everett came through the house. So I think Saints fans have gotten spoiled from the Sean Payton's regime. They got spoiled. And they just assume that all quarterbacks are going to be like Drew Brees. Derek Carr is no Drew Brees. Jameis Winston is no Drew Brees. There's never going to be another quarterback like Drew Brees. There's a reason why Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame quarterback. There's reasons. Okay? Mean Gene Atkins. Because, see, Will is a real Saints fan who knows his team and knows, Frank Warren. We remember them days of Frank Warren, Sam Mills, Stan Brock. Saints fans know about this organization other than what we see now. Other than what you see now. Because that's the thing, is we become emotional and we, it's only been 2 games and I hear Saints fans talking about have that same energy. They tell me, have that same energy that you had for Jameis Winston. But when did I ever go against Jameis Winston other than the last 4 games? The last game after that Tampa Bay Buccaneer game. Jameis Winston has been a quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. He has 9 games under his belt as a New Orleans Saints quarterback. Why? I have never rooted against him. I just thought that the way we started last year, Jameis Winston was 1-3 as the New Orleans Saints quarterback last year. He started the season off 1-3. It's more than just injuries. And it was the turnovers. And Dennis Allen, right then after that Carolina game and the Tampa Bay game, he decided that wasn't his quarterback. Dennis was not sold on Jameis Winston. He would rather lose with Andy Dalton than have Jameis Winston turn the ball over. And that's what I saw. And you got to get out your feelings because it was the same organization who tried to go get Deshaun Watson. The Saints tried to go get Deshaun Watson. And you guys don't talk about these things. Derek Carr is going to lead this team. It's 2 games. He played He played mediocrity. He played lousy in these games. We have not seen the best of Derek Carr. Okay? If Derek Carr continues to playing, if we were losing, if we were 0-2, and Derek Carr was playing bad, I would say, yeah, I would consider, hey, 2 more games, I would consider benching Derek Carr. But the Saints are winning. And when you're if Jameis was winning last year, if he would have started the season, because you got to remember, last year, the Saints beat the Atlanta Falcons, struggled to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Okay? They struggled to beat the Atlanta Falcons. They came back and won that football game. And that following week, who did we lose to? The Carolina Panthers. We lost to the Carolina Panthers. Jameis threw interceptions, got sacked in that game. We didn't win the game. We played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis threw 4 interceptions against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So when y'all try to call me out, it was only on performance. It's performance. If Jameis would have won them games, I wouldn't have cared if he threw 4 interceptions. We won the game. I never replace a quarterback when they're winning. I never say replace quarterback. It's when we're losing when a quarterback needs to be replaced. Okay? So understand what I'm saying, okay? And get out your feelings, because that's the part that I tried to tell. I root for whoever's the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. If you're Taysom Hill, you're the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, I'm going to root for Taysom Hill. Whoever wins the job, whoever is the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. I don't go on feelings. I don't sit here and base my assessments on feelings. And it's never going to be about color with me. It's about football with me. Because I don't see color in football. Because in football, they all wearing the same jersey. They're wearing the same jersey. They're wearing the same helmet. Nobody knows what color they are. Okay? So if it's about football, judge players about football. Don't judge players about color of their skin. Okay? And that's what we tend to do. We get emotional because now this is a day and age where black quarterbacks are getting more opportunities than they ever had. Okay? Pretty soon they won't have too many white quarterbacks because they're going into this new era. There's a new era of quarterback that people are looking for. Okay? So I just want people to stop that playing the race card when it comes down to football. Okay? I don't like when other people do it, and you shouldn't do it. Okay? Because it's football. And if you're not talking intelligent and you don't get it, there's a lot of people who be in emotions. Okay? They like a certain player. The same fan base who rooted against, okay? The same fan base who rooted against Jameis Winston because when he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the same ones that love him all of a sudden, okay? And he's a Saints quarterback, and I'm going to root for him as long as he's a Saints quarterback, okay? And I'm not going to get myself in my feelings and get butthurt, okay? We got so much to talk about with this football team than controversy at quarterback. Alvin Kamara, you see me wearing this jersey. Alvin is coming back. Alvin is coming back, fans. Alvin is coming back. Come Monday, tomorrow, he's reinstated to this football team. And if we can just win today against the Packers, that is going to be big for the Saints. If we can just pull off this victory, we 3-0, get Alvin back, this is going to be outstanding for your New Orleans Saints. Okay? It's going to be outstanding. It's going to be outstanding, fans. Because now we're talking about a team that played bad without their star player. That really played. And I want people to understand this. Okay? I don't know what's going on with Humphrey. Try to come back in. I try to let you in, brother. I don't know what's going on in your background, but try to come back in. I want people to understand that. Okay, this is big. This game is big. If the Saints road and win in Lambeau Field, this is a big game for the New Orleans Saints. This is a big game because we have played lousy on the offensive line. The offensive line we have played lousy, not protecting the quarterback. Derek Carr is mediocre right now, and we're still finding a way to win. I don't think we've seen the best of the New Orleans Saints on the offensive side of the ball yet. I don't think we saw the best. And Humphrey, I'm considering sitting Hurst down and going back with Andrews Pete. Because I think that from watching the game tapes that I'm watching, it's not just the rookie. It's not just the rookie. It's James Hurst. James Hurst is getting handled at the guard position. And I'm telling you, one of the biggest criticisms of Andrews Pete is injuries. Not because he can't play. Andrews Pete has been to the Pro Bowl. I'm considering going back to Andrews Pete. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna mute the mic.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, bro, you basically said a lot. I mean, and bro, I'm coming on late, bro. So I'm still kind of realizing what's going on right now. Shit, long night, but anyways, yeah, I'm in agreement. But with some of the stuff, maybe the offensive line played because I mean, yeah, brother, the rookie gave up 1 sack, but he didn't give up as many as they making it seem like he basically gave up all 4 of the sacks. But yeah, Andrews Pete, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, but look, you got to look at it like this here. Your offensive line is who you got right now. I mean, and bro, you gave McCoy the money last year. You gave Ruiz the money this year. I mean, Ramczyk, he ain't been the same since he got his money. So I mean, and
I don't think
Andrews Pete trying to work his way into the line.
I don't think Ram has played horrible.
I didn't say he played horrible.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. I don't think he's playing horrible. I just think that because you're dealing with a rookie on the opposite side, and it's easy. The line is collapsing with the guard position. If you look at the guard position, and we watched this on game tape, the tackles are trying to stop speed rushes, and the speed rushes are blowing around and going up the middle. They're doing middle blitzes, okay? They're going around. They're not just doing outside. They're shaking around the tackles and going up the middle. So if you watch Derek Carr cannot step up. He's not able to step up in the pocket because he's collapsing.
That's another thing.
So the center,
and
I gotta give McCoy some criticism. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Us as Saints fans,
Humphrey, I don't want us to talk over each other. I'm gonna give you the show, and because a lot of times I go back and I see these tapes, and it seems like we're screaming over each other, and then the people in the chat be like, "Man, y'all let somebody, y'all yelling." So we're gonna give each other a chance to talk. I'm gonna go with you now. You say what you gotta say, then I'm gonna go with Larry. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So basically, I mean, we as the Saints fans, bro, we were spoiled from 16 years of actual quarterback that knew how to move in the pocket, and basically gave our line, which was still mediocre, but they were better than what they are right now.
Correct.
Gave them more credit. They gave them more credit, but hey man, like I'm saying again, it's all on. And I've always said this since we hired Doug Marrone back as the line coach, bro. That dude is like, I mean, bro, he's not the one. He's not the one, bro. You might need to be looking at another line coach, bro. Because I mean,
I want Jari Evans to step up his maturity.
Well, that's what I was. That's where I was going. That's where I was going with it. Yeah, that's where I was going at. I mean, and Jari, worked with Cesar Ruiz. You made him better. But I mean, he still got a long way to go. But your offensive line coach, and I mean, and hey, bro, and I'm in agreement. It's time to go back to motherfucking Andrews Pete because Andrews Pete basically, I mean, he was hurt in training camp and they just never went back with him. He he's been a healthy scratch. Let's say that there. He ain't even in on the jumbo packages. So which brings me to another thing. Red zone, Jimmy Graham.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, and
Oh,
bro,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
throw them guys the ball, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you why you're, and I'm going to go to Larry after this. I'm going to tell you why you're correct. And this is where Pete Carmichael going to take some blame. He has to be creative. You got a 6'7". You got a 6'5". The Foster Moreau is 6'5". You got a 6'7" guy. You got Michael Thomas. You got many tall guys at the goal line that you can go to, and he has to do a better job with creating. Could you mute your mic? I need to mute your mic before because it's the he has to do a better job with creating separation. Use some of the creative plays to Chris Olave out the backfield, Shaheed out the backfield. Use more motions where we can be creative out the backfield, and that's where Pete Carmichael has to get more creative. I like some of the game plan that he did in the last 2 weeks, running the football, certain plays. He has gotten better. Y'all got to be honest. Pete has gotten better. Let's not act like he's worse. He has gotten better on some of his play calls. It's just that the players got to execute as far as blocking on the offensive side, offensive line. You can't. I don't give a damn what kind of play caller you is. If the quarterback can't get get the ball off, that goes with Jameis last year. Jameis didn't have no protection up in the front line. You can't expect Jameis to be a good quarterback. You can't expect Pete Carmichael to be a good offensive coordinator. You can't expect Derek Carr to be a good quarterback if the offensive line not giving no time. That just is what it is, brother. I'm not making excuses. It doesn't matter who you put at quarterback if they're not being protected in the from the guard position. Go ahead, Larry.
I was just waking up. I'm trying to catch up to what y'all talking about. But
well, talk about Carl Granderson because he got a big contract.
Well, he earned his money. Carl Granderson earned his money. Cesar Ruiz earned his money. I think it's going to be a couple of more cats going to get extended before it's over. They're going to earn their money. Alante Taylor got to earn his money today because he's starting in place of Paulson Adebo. So he want that cornerback. He wanted it. He got to step up today because them Green Bay receivers, they sneaky. They got a rookie. He fast as hell. They sneaky. So he got to step up today. And as far as what Hunt was talking about with Pete Carmichael and the matchups in the red zone, we've been talking about that. He got to put his bigs out there when he get down there inside that 20. And just putting Jimmy Graham on the field, it opens up a whole lot. All you got to do is run him up the middle. Almost the whole defense going to fly with him. That can open up the run game. That can open up a draw. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot they got to work on as far as offensive line play. They should have left that with Zach Streif. Zach Streif had that line playing decent. They should have left Zach Streif there. Now, whatever it went at.
Well, I mean, hey, bro, look, don't even worry about it right now, bro, because at the same point, bro, I'm also looking at the fact, like you said, Zach Streif, bro, but I mean, and bro, I've been very critical of Doug Marrone, since he came back there, bro, because like you said again, it's time to give some of these young boys, a chance, and Zach Streif, Jari Evans. I mean, and hey, bro, look, our line really ain't been good, dog. Now, like you said again, as everything went back and looking at game film, yeah, bro, I'm looking at the line that we had, back with Drew Brees, and it's like, man, Drew Brees didn't get sacked, bro, but you talking about this man that got sacked, 10, 12 times in 3 games. And maybe not 10, 12 times, but I mean, 4 and 4. I mean,
No,
you're giving up 4 sacks, bro, but it's not.
You're very close.
But I mean, and bro, it's just basically, bro, that
Hold up. Let me make a breaking news.
With Drew.
Let me break this news. Right now, you have breaking news. Watson is out. Alexander is out. The best cornerback is out. And Aaron Jones is out for the Green Bay Packers.
Man, we about to eat. If
Mhm.
we don't
If you
eat
don't
today,
take
something wrong.
advantage of what is that? Alexander, what they
Ja-
best cornerback? I can't
Jairi.
think of it.
Jared
Yeah, Jairi
Alexander.
Alexander.
Jari is out, y'all. If you don't take advantage of the
Uh-oh.
deep throw, this is an opportunity for us to eat. This
Uh-uh.
is an opportunity. What do you think about Hump? Now, I think Hump. We need to go back to Pete. I know y'all don't like this, but I think Andrews Pete is. I just think Andrew is better than James Hurd. He was drafted in that position to be in that position. You gotta let your. He's a bigger dude on the run play. He on running. He's effective against the run. You gotta let this man back
Well,
in, y'all.
dog, but the difference is he need to take him some ballet or something, bro. Because I mean, and bro, you can't be a good pass protector if you're on your ass. Yeah, he's great in the running game, but pass protection is where it come in at. Now, let's not also be naive. We played against two great defensive lines, though. We didn't play against no scrubs, man. I mean, like I said, Tennessee was number one against the run last year. So Arden Key ain't no slouch. So
No,
and you go back,
no.
with the Burns dude from last week, though.
Yeah, I mean,
With the Burns
I think
dude
the
from last
rookie.
week, dog. I mean, and bro, these are not.
I think the rookie
Go
not
ahead.
playing. I think he's going to get better, y'all. I think you got to give him more help. Larry said this before. I think it's more of, and I think that's why the tight ends are not being able to get into the game because they've been helping the rookie. I think what's going on, they're afraid. Let's just look at it, y'all. If they keep getting that car, you can't get the tight ends involved in the game. Okay, so the bottom line, that's where you need that screen. That screen. Pete Carmichael got to use the screen advantage when they blitz you. Whenever they blitz you, use that screenplay. And this is where Alvin Kamara is going to come back next week and help the Saints with the screen. But I want to see a little bit out of the rookies playing today, and he's similar to Alvin Kamara. I'm not saying the rookie is Alvin Kamara, Larry. Y'all know I'm not saying it. The rookie
I ain't
got
saying nothing.
capabilities of being like catching the ball out the backfield. He has capable abilities. He's starting today, y'all. He's going to play today. Him and Tony Jones are going to get snaps together. And this might be a blessing in disguise for the rookie, Larry, because guess what? He don't get the, Kamara not coming back to next week. Then you don't have Williams playing. So this gives the rookie an opportunity to jump ahead of Williams. So what do you think about that, Larry?
But if you notice, I never really say too much about the rookie because I don't know. I've seen him in college, but I haven't
Well,
really seen him at the pro
I follow
level.
that young man.
I
Go
haven't
ahead.
really seen him perform at the pro level outside of that one pass in the preseason when he caught that pass downfield. Outside of that, he unknown to me, so I can't really say much about him. I'm not gonna say nothing about him. I'm just gonna let him get out there and play and do what he do. Now, how you look after that, I don't know. But I don't really speak on him.
Well, I mean, hey, bro, look, like I said again, bro, they didn't bring in, no more running backs, bro. I mean, look, I was so sure that they was gonna sign somebody, so it looked like they're gonna go with Kendra Miller, Taysom Hill and Tony Jones Jr. Yeah, but hey, bro, it is what it is, bro. Like I'm saying again, man, look, like you said, man, Kamara will be back next week, but there was, I seen one of these little shows where they was talking about either Kareem Hunt or Leonard Fournette, and you see Kareem Hunt that went to back to Cleveland, so that eliminated that, and
I don't think the Saints players want Leonard Fournette on this team. After Leonard
well,
Fournette did what he did with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, some of the disrespect that he did to some of the players, I don't think some of the players want Leonard, and I don't think there's no room for Leonard Fournette because you don't draft a rookie that high in the draft to have him sit behind a Leonard Fournette. You don't go out when they all get healthy and they come back. You're talking about a hamstring injury to Williams. Williams. You paid that money for Williams. You didn't pay that money for Leonard Fournette. So I know Saints fans with that LSU tie we get emotional because we think of LSU. We want all the LSU players. Well, what happened when we went and got Jarvis Landry? What happened? All y'all wanted Jarvis Landry, and what did that happen? Now, Tyrann Matthew, his first year, he was, let's be honest, Tyrann was not like he is now, okay? Last year, he was running, in the beginning, he was trying to learn the system, okay? Well, I'm just letting y'all know, and all you LSU fans, stop. Everybody is not going, the Saints don't have to take the whole LSU football team, y'all. There's other
it's not.
top schools out there.
Go ahead.
Now I'm mad.
No,
I'm mad.
I mean, I'm in agreement with it.
Spears probably should have been a New
You
Orleans
know,
Saint.
well, he should have been. But they went with the bigger back.
Wanted to be.
You know, so yeah, but but the Saints went with the bigger back. You know, and like Larry said, it's yet to be seen what he can actually do. So, you know, we'll find out what he's got in the tank today. You know, but I mean, and bruh, you know,
I'm excited. I want to see him.
On another note, bro,
you don't go get a guy that high and not wanting to see that guy, Larry. Larry said he don't even know much of it. So we want to see him. You want to see a rookie get out there and get, just like Atlanta got their rookie. No excuse for my rookie. I know he had some injuries, but just like Atlanta has their high-priced rookie playing, I want to see my high-priced rookie play. That's football, okay? So you gotta, he might be something for us in the future, y'all. So it's time to see the future now.
But the reason why the Saints didn't go out and sign nobody is really because of Taysom Hill. We don't need to sign nobody. We got Taysom. But at the same time, the Saints got a lot of money tied up in running backs. You got Alvin Kamara contract.
Yeah.
You got Jamal Williams contract. And then you paying Taysom Hill all this money. And we got all that money tied up in there. We don't need to go sign nobody and spend more money and get deeper under the cap. No. Get more over the cap. We didn't need to do that.
Yeah. Well,
if Kendra Miller don't do good today, they're gonna feed Taysom. And Taysom gonna move the ball, he gonna move the pile.
Right.
Boy, rushed for almost 100 yards last week.
Hey, look, I'm willing to give him that chance. So, hey, bro, look, I'm in agreement. I'm just basically saying that I was surprised that they didn't go and try to sign a running back, but also by it being Tuesday or Wednesday in the middle of the week, bro, look, that dude whoever they would have signed, he wouldn't have played anyway, because I mean, bro, they were already in the game plan for this week anyway, after Monday night. So, hey, bro, it was just a thought, and as far as for Leonard Fournette, man, he's got some internal shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Everett is absolutely right. He's got some internal shit with a lot of the Saints players. So, hey, but the thing is that I just figured that with them losing, because Kendra Miller was still a question mark, with the hamstring injury, so he was a healthy scratch last week, and he had that hamstring problem too. So all I'm saying is, again, you boys need to stay hydrated. Y'all know it's hot down here.
But
don't drink that beer that night before, bro. Look, get you some water, get you some Gatorade.
But the way I see it, if the Saints would have had to go sign a back, they would have went got that boy Ellis Merriweather, who was in camp with him, who already know the system basically.
Now
I like that.
That's why I like to talk to Larry and you. Some of the because you guys, first of all, both of y'all play football. Both of y'all was quarterbacks. Okay, I value my This is the quarterback panel. Okay, I value quarterbacks. Okay, you're not emotional. You're not going to see things on an emotional standpoint. You looked at the roster. Some of these guys, Merriweather lasted with the Saints all the way to the final cut. Okay. So that tells you that they look highly of a guy. Now, when you ask a guy like Leonard Fournette to come on his football team, you asking him to learn that system. He does not fit the Saints system. The Saints runs a West Coast offense. They not, that's not the system. That's not the kind of backs that they want in a system. And that's what I keep trying to tell people. Just like linebacker positions, when everybody wanted what they call that? Yeah, that guy used to play for Atlanta, number 45, Debo Jones.
Debo Jones.
he don't fit the Saints linebacker, the kind of linebacker the Saints are looking for. It's that they don't look for these quite undersized guys. It's a certain type of guy that Dennis Allen wants in his system. So we, as Saints fans, we get emotional and we don't understand. Now, who are you, Humphrey, or me, Larry, to talk about Dennis Allen on the defensive side of the ball when this dude has been proven to be one of the best defensive mind guys in the game? So when we get up here and we can question him as a head coach. We can question him on an overall standpoint, but what you can't do is question him on defense. And that's what Saints fans did when CJ left. That's what Saints did when Roby left. And why he constantly keeps replacing these guys. Y'all keep seeing Dennis Allen keep replacing. Y'all, everybody was like, man, what are they doing? Well, he
upgraded.
Drafted in the future. Alante Taylor was drafted to replace CJ. That's just it is what it is. It's common sense.
But what Dennis Allen doing, he upgrading everybody because everybody keep hollering about Trey Hendrickson. Everybody keep hollering about we should have kept Trey Hendrickson, but Trey Hendrickson was a liability against the run. If you go back and look at that Eagles game when they ran over us, they ran around his end while he was trying to get to the quarterback. He wasn't a complete defensive end. He's just a sack specialist. That's what people don't understand about Trey Hendrickson.
Like
they doing the same thing to him up there in Cincinnati. He getting the sacks, but how many big runs getting bust around his end? That's what they don't look at.
Right.
That's why they went with Davenport, because see, Davenport, he wasn't really a sack specialist, but he could bring pressure. But one thing you never did was ran around Davenport end. You never ran around his end.
Right.
Him and Cam had that on lock. If people bust runs, they bust them up the middle. They didn't bust them runs around them ends. Cam and Davenport had that on lock.
Well, they definitely upgraded. They definitely got the beef up the middle now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Look, shit.
They got the beef in the middle.
We'll see. Whenever we get to the Atlanta folks. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. We'll see when we get to them Atlanta folks. Did we mess up by not signing Yamada back? But he was already done his damn self down here.
Yeah, I mean,
we will see. It's still early right now, because.
But what do you do? Think about this. The Saints, when they felt that these guys are getting over the edge, they gave Onyemata a big contract when he was at his best. He had got a big contract before he left the Saints. But it was time to let him go at the same time and upgrade that position, like Larry said. Why wait until these guys are so, we saw the Saints team get tired at the end of the season, how they became a liability against good running games, good running teams. Running teams were running all over us. We were top 5 in pass, but we were terrible, 20-something ranked against the run. The Saints have upgraded the
against the run.
Line. If you look at what they did, they went and got the kid from the Jets. Just think about it. They went and got the guy Nathan Shepard from the Jets. He has been a big surprise. Nathan Shepard, I don't even know nobody talking about Nathan Shepard, y'all. I don't see nobody talking about being number 93 sitting down there. The kid from Kansas City.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
bro. The dude had yeah. Those guys have. Look at it like this here, bro. Those guys had great shuttle times in the combine, bro. So basically when you in the phone booth, bro, you can get around this guy quick, and it showed last week and the week before. So I mean, hey, bro, we upgraded defensive tackle tremendously. So I have no problem with the defense at all. Our problem is basically on the offensive line. That's where that's the only flaws that I see. And
Dennis
like
Allen,
you say, as a quarterback, go ahead.
Dennis Allen, like I said before, Dennis Allen is actually the opposite of Sean Payton. Where Sean was an offensive guru, Dennis is a defensive guru.
Right.
Sean didn't really mess with that defense like that. Sean didn't really mess with the defense. He got somebody else to run his defense. Dennis got to find his man to solidify his offense. It's not Pete Carmichael. I'm sorry. He got to go out and find somebody.
I've been saying Hey, I've been saying Chucky been hanging around. Look, let Chucky get that
Nah, they
lawsuit with
can't take that.
Roger
No,
Goodell out there.
My brother. I know as a fan we want that to happen, but he has too many lawsuits against the NFL. You gotta be
You
realistic.
just heard me say.
I know,
You just heard me say.
you cannot sign John Gruden. It's a PR disaster. John Gruden cannot be the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. The one who's going to be the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints is the black guy who's Curry. Ronald Curry is the next offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. It's not John Gruden.
Well, we'll see.
Never say never.
See. You know, and all I said was, let him get that lawsuit out the way. You know, and we'll see where we go
it's not
from
happening. It's
here.
not happening, brother.
Look, never say never. Never say never, because your boy used to coach the Dolphins.
Right.
He's coaching in the NFL right now, I think for Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he sued the NFL.
But that's different. That's
He
different.
sued them all racism. He sued them all racism.
My brother, this dude
He exposed a lot.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the dude's name either.
I know you're talking about the defensive coordinator. But listen, I understand what y'all saying. You're talking about a guy who was found saying the N-word and making monkey jokes to one of the high reps of the player.
I mean, and bro, let's be real. Look, let's be real about it, bro. Let's be real about it, bro. Because hold up, bro.
Ronald Curry is the next offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. Period.
Okay, but at the same point, listen. Okay, bro.
They brought him to Mobile, Alabama, to teach him how to run
He's
the
not
offense.
ready
Even
yet.
in preseason, they let him. Even in preseason, one of the
He's
preseason
not.
games,
He's not ready yet.
Now
I understand that, but he's not ready yet.
John Gruden is not going to be affiliated with the New Orleans Saints as far as he's an advisor. So you can go on with the fantasy
let him advise.
Football all you want. That ain't happening. Go ahead, Henry.
Wow. Well, Henry looks like he's muted. Right.
Never say never.
You know, and that's what I'm saying is like, bro.
Henry can unmute himself. It's time for the next person. Go ahead, Henry.
Wow.
All right, go back to you.
What's up? Who that?
Go ahead, Henry.
I was on the phone. What's going on?
Well, we talking Saints.
Yeah, I know, but I was on the phone. I missed whatever y'all said at the last.
Explain to what we talking
basically, all we were basically talking about, Henry, was basically that, you know, Pete Carmichael is still kind of inconsistent, and basically, you know, Everett was basically saying that that you know, Ronald Curry will be the next offensive coordinator for the Saints. You know, I'm basically saying that the guy is not ready yet.
Well,
so
Humphrey,
I'll sit back and listen.
Well, to respond to what you said, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, fellas. I think it's time for a new offensive coordinator. I'm sorry. We need a.
We'll know after today, Henry. Henry, we'll know after today. Because at the end of the day, I'm not ready to write the dude off like that, because the offensive line is more than just calling plays and X's. If you don't have an offensive line coach, you can sit there and understand this. I know I played quarterback, bro. And let me tell you something, Larry, how many times you as a quarterback, now you have made the offensive line look good because of your athletic ability? You was able to move away because of it wasn't the offensive coordinator, it was more of the offensive line.
I just think we need to be a little bit, man. We got to take a few. Okay, how do I say this? I just think we're not using our talent enough. I think we got, like y'all were talking about.
You can't use it if you can't get no.
I know, but listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. That we do have, like, we get to the goal line, right? We driving the ball. We get down there. We don't use our length. We do the same predictable stuff that we would do if Sean Payton was here. What are we doing?
Right.
You know, why are we not throwing it up like Jimmy go get it? Why are we not throwing it up like Charles go get it? We making other defenses look great.
Why are we not running? You know, look, why are we not going for it on 4th and 2 inside the 15? You know, I mean, and bro, you know, that's the conservative part right there.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, that like, basically, okay, man, well, we're going to rely on the defense to make plays.
We got to take the punch.
You know, I mean, and bro, if you're talking about, you know.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I think that Dennis
Well, I
needs to
was
find his
basically saying
own.
that. I mean, bro.
There's a lag. All right, I see there's a lag. Hold on, let me mute myself. Let me mute myself.
Well,
Go ahead,
I
huh?
mean, and bro, you know, I mean, out of 6, 8 times we done been inside the red zone, bro, we got 1 touchdown, bro. You know, I mean, and bro, sometimes you do have to go for it, and then you rely on your defense. You know, and I'm an offensive guy, dog, but I'm like, man, hey, bro, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, bro. You know, I mean, and bro, you can fall forward for 2 yards. You see, they doing that. That's been the staple of the NFL these last couple of weeks, dog. What they call it, the tush push. You know what I'm saying, man? Look, you line everybody up, you put all the beef on that, hat on that. You know, I mean, and bro, come on, man. You know, bro, you know, you got 2 bruising backs.
But
Yeah,
our
you got
offensive
2
line
bruising
trash
backs,
though.
dog. You know, you got
Yeah,
Taysom.
our offensive
You know,
line is bad.
run the fucking
You
ball.
got
But I just think
Jace,
we need to
Jay
try
Will.
more. Just when we down there like that, we driving the ball. And I agree with Larry. We got a lot of offensive line issues. I understand that. I do. I understand it. I just think that we need to fix that first so we can do other things. But at the same time, if we're down there on the goal line when we got so many chances in the red zone, throw that ball up, please. Let somebody go get it. You know, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Graham, Michael Thomas, they threw the ball up to Chris Olave and he got hit and couldn't hold on to it.
That's
You
what
got to
I'm
put
saying.
somebody strong
Right.
out there to do that.
Somebody strong out there, somebody long
Exactly.
and tall. Yes. You know, we
Jimmy,
got weapons.
JJ,
All I'm saying is,
Foster.
if we're in the red zone, take some shots. That's all I want to see. Just take a few. You know, try
Right.
to get it until the offensive line get right.
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Listen. And this is what. And hear me out. Don't overtalk me.
Nah, mute your
I
phone.
understand. Hear me out, or I'm gonna mute you. Because this is what we've been doing. We overtalk each other.
No,
Okay.
somebody got
I
their
don't
mic
think
open,
y'all
Everett.
hearing me. We're overtalking each other. The whole point what I'm making to you is this. Okay. You can say what you want. You can say this and this with the offense and all this other stuff. Y'all got to understand situations. The Saints are 2-0 and they're playing bad. They're 2-0 in figuring out how to win and be, because we could talk about all we want, but they on 3rd down, they are making plays on 3rd down, y'all, in the 4th quarter. That's how they got in position to close out the games. Okay? You said that they're not making attempts to throw balls down the field. Well, that's what the Crystal Lavalley, that's what the Shaheed play down the seam was. That's what the Michael Thomas play down the seam was. They're taking shots down the seam, down the field. In the second half, the line is playing better than the first half. Okay, we need to play better in the first half. You got to take a jump on teams. We got to be more aggressive in the first half. They're being more aggressive in the second half, but not the first half. They
Let me
got to.
respond to that, Everett. When you get it,
That's a
let me
problem.
respond. Let me respond, Everett. I'm not saying that they're not taking shots down the field. I'm saying that we need to take more shots in the red zone using our big target. That's what I'm saying.
We talked about that before you came on, my brother. That was the very first segment that me and Humphrey talked about. We talked about you got a 6'5" Foster Moreau. You have a 6'7" Jimmy Graham. They need to be more involved into the offense at the goal line. We talked about that, didn't we, Humphrey? We said that was the very first segment that we spoke of. So you are absolutely correct. Okay, I'm just telling you that it's 2 games. Now let's see what's happening in this game in Green Bay, and let's see what happened in Tampa Bay. Then we can call for the brother head. Okay, we can say, hey, look, man, it's not.
I'm not calling for his head.
Then we
I'm
can
saying
call.
that
No, we got. It is what it is. If the dude can't get it done, he has to be fired. So I'm he's not going to be the offensive coordinator if we're not winning. But if we're winning and they're finding a way to win, y'all gonna have a hard press to get him fired if they're
yep.
winning. If the team is 4-0 and they're playing and they're figuring out how to win, because Baltimore Ravens were winning 12 to 6 and where sometimes they're winning. Ain't nobody going to get it. The dude ain't losing his job if they're winning. I'm just
Right,
letting you
yeah.
know.
It's not happening, yeah.
Hey, bro.
It's not
Look,
happening. That's
Hey,
look.
hey,
Yo, and I make y'all. I'm gonna make y'all laugh for real because I've always been a Saints history buff. You know. Well, what about Carl Smith? Carl Smith basically, motherfucking,
Thank
we
you.
was winning games with the defense,
But
and we
they
was
got to
running
the
2 runs
playoffs.
of passing the
See,
punt,
but listen.
So
We said
I
about
mean,
that,
and
but did
bro,
he get fired? Did he get fired? Carl Smith had the team. We went 4 times to the playoffs. 4
yeah,
times.
he did.
But
Yeah, he did.
did you ever once think that we can
Yes, we did.
make the Super Bowl with Bobby Hebert? No, nobody could think that. Look, I put a lot on Carl Smith, but don't act like we
Hey,
had a
bro,
damn good quarterback
with the
neither.
defense,
Don't act like we
with the
had a damn good
defense.
quarterback.
Hold up, bro. Look,
I'm a Saints
with the
historian too.
defense that we had, and the running attack,
Larry gonna be next here.
and the offensive line. With the running attack and that offensive line, I mean, and bro, like I said again, I mean, Baltimore didn't win no Super Bowl with no great quarterback. They won with Trent Dilfer.
Right.
So I mean, and bro,
Managing
so
the
it didn't
ball
have
game.
nothing to do with the
That's why
quarterback.
I'm agreeing with you, Humphrey. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you that Trent Dilfer was better than Bobby Hebert. Go ahead, Larry.
Now, if we're gonna go off of history, let's do it right. Now, the facts are with that defense that we had, that was a championship caliber defense. But in the playoffs, that offense and that quarterback was always our Achilles heel.
Right.
Now, Pete Carmichael can still be fired based on production. Of
Right.
all that talent he got on that offense, if we not producing points, he got to go.
I'm just saying not now in 4 games. That's what I'm trying to
No,
tell you.
not in 4
I
games, but
know what
possibly
you
at the end
guys
of the
are saying.
season.
I know what you guys are saying, but as Saints fans, we can be a little bit, emotional and impatient to stuff that are trying to develop. I don't know what's going to be like in week 6. I don't know what it's going to be like in week 7. If that's happening like that, then I'm sure that he will be demoted, brother. Because guess what? Y'all haven't talked about. Dennis Allen's job is on the line as well. He's not going to let Pete Carmichael cause him to lose because I'm just telling you, this is Dennis Allen's last leg.
Here's the thing, Everett.
But
At the same time, Pete Carmichael is Sean Payton's guy. Dennis got to find his own
But Dennis,
identity.
but listen, bro. I don't think it's not just that, brother. Doug Marrone don't get enough credit, don't get enough pain that Pete Carmichael is. Y'all got to realize it's more than just Pete.
he's the offensive coordinator.
Other positions got the other positional coaches have to do their damn job.
That's true. But at the same time, like I said, these are all Sean Payton's people. He's got to get his own folks in there.
But check
But
this
no,
out.
that's not all Sean Payton's people, because the
Check
Pete
majority.
Carmichael is.
Well, he is, but Pete Carmichael is not. Like I said, bro. I know y'all watching the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be right.
Like
Well,
I
look,
said, I'm not calling for him to be fired. I want him to
Watch
do
all
better at
y'all
his
be
job.
jumping back on Pete shit, because
Let me
guess
I want him
what?
to do better at his job. That's
Y'all watch if the offensive line do a good job. Watch Pete Carmichael turn this offense to what I think they're gonna be. But all y'all gonna
I
sit
hope
there
so.
and all y'all gonna turn around and y'all gonna sit there and act like y'all didn't say this. I'm
I
glad
hope so.
to
No,
be
I'm
on
gonna say
video.
I'm gonna stand on what I say. He needs to
it's
do
on
better. I'm
film.
looking at what I'm seeing.
It's
He's
being
not doing a
recorded, so
good job.
nobody
He
can't say
don't
they didn't
just
say
need to
nothing.
do better. Derek Carr got to do better. Derek Carr threw an interception that was
They do.
ridiculous.
They do.
Hold up.
Absolutely.
Derek Carr threw an interception that was unnecessary. The last 2 weeks,
You sure
Derek
did.
Carr. No,
You
listen,
sure
sir.
did.
No, I'm gonna mute you, bro. This is what we ain't gonna do. We gonna keep on over talking that we can't have a
Nobody's over
platform.
talking you, Everett. Nobody's over talking you. Go
You're
ahead.
still talking. This is the part when I keep telling y'all. The whole thing is I can't host and then be screaming over and somebody's over talking. The whole part is this. This is why we can't be like the other podcasters, because we can't give another person a chance to talk. I know we excited because Henry, what you're saying is right. I'm not against what you're saying, brother.
I'm not against what you're saying.
I'm saying it's very premature to sit there and say fire somebody in week 2. That's all I'm
That's not
saying.
what I said.
I
That
didn't
is
say.
not what I said. That's
Here
not
we
what
go.
I said.
I said I'm gonna give you your Hold up, he's gonna be next, but I want him to understand that I'm talking. Then I'm gonna give him a whole segment, and then you talk, and then you're gonna be able to be able to respond. Okay? So the whole thing, what I'm saying is, Saints fans can be prematurely. They jump ahead too fast When it comes down, let's fire. When we got to look at other people that needs to be held accountable as well. I'm pretty much sure if they're losing, Pete would have been demoted. If they were 0-2 right now, Pete would have got demoted, y'all. They're winning. So I'm going to go with Henry and let Henry respond.
Okay, Everett. Look, nobody's talking over you, number one. Number two, there's a lag sometimes, okay? But then you jump behind when I talk, you come right in, don't let me finish what I'm saying. So you're doing the same thing. I'm just saying. But however, I think I never called for the guy to be fired. I'm saying we need to look at what he's doing and evaluate how he's using the weapons that we have. I'm not calling for his job, but I'm saying he needs to do better at his job. Because so far this season, offensively, we're not seeing production, like Larry said, out of the weapons that we have. We have too much talent on this team to not be able to score touchdowns when we get in the red zone. That is my issue. When we get in the red zone, I don't want to see us kicking 5 field goals in a game, even though field goals help us win those games. And they are ways to score points. At the same time, we need to be more productive scoring touchdowns with the talent that we have. We should have way more than the amount of touchdowns that we have with all the offensive weapons that we have on offense, even though our offensive line is not up to par. At the same time, we get down there in the red zone. Okay, we do get in the red zone, but we're coming away with field goals. So even though our offensive line is not playing that well, we're getting in the scoring position. So we should be able to score some touchdowns out of those trips that we make down there. That is my point. I'm not saying that Pete Carmichael should be fired. I'm saying he needs to do better at using the talent that we have to score touchdowns, because we have the ability to score touchdowns and we have the talent to score touchdowns. We're just not scoring touchdowns. Okay, whoever wants to go next can go next. I'm going to mute myself.
Now, I'm gonna remind y'all of something. The end of last season, Pete Carmichael was giving it up. He didn't want it no more. They made Pete come back. Pete basically doing a job that he don't want to do.
I want
Pete
to make
wanted to leave.
hey, I just want to make a special
Bro,
announcement.
I
Let
mean,
me make
you
this. Hold on 1 second.
100%.
Let me make this special announcement. I don't want to cut you off, but I got to make this special announcement. Okay. The reason why EJ is not here because he got his 2 brothers. He brought them to church and got them baptized. Okay, so that's why EJ is not here.
Cool.
Okay. So Christoph and Xavier was the last 2 of my children who did get baptized. So that is something. Praise God on that one. I know that don't have nothing to do with this, but that's what kind of host that y'all have of the State of Podcast. Okay, I mean,
Well, hey,
not the
man,
State of
look,
Podcast.
we are,
Not the State of the Podcast. The baddest
we are
sports show.
God
we are
bless
the baddest, dog.
The
So
baddest
hey,
sports
man,
show.
we talk about everything.
The baddest sports show
You know,
podcast.
yeah, we talk about everything, dog. So I mean, hey, bro, but I mean, and hey, just to finish off, because I mean, we like 10 minutes away from game time at this point here, but bruh, Pete didn't want the job from the start, and he was a Sean Payton disciple. Doug Marone. Like I say again, look at the defense. Look at the defense and all the changes that Dennis Allen made on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, Al Woods wasn't a Sean Payton project. So I mean, hey, bro, you are steadily making moves, bro. But like you say again, at this point here, right now, he needs his own people. And you're absolutely right. He does need to get his own people in there, because if he don't win this year, that's his ass. He's out of here. So you ain't got to worry about getting another coordinator next year. So that's my thing on it. But I got the game. I would say 28-17 Saints.
I don't think Dennis Allen lose his job this year. Just based on the overall performance of the defense, that's gonna save his job. But what Mickey Loomis will do is he gonna gut that offensive staff. He gonna gut it. They're gonna gut it and they're gonna rebuild it from scratch. That's what's gonna happen. I don't see Dennis Allen losing his job this year. Not this year. Can't hear you, huh? Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I was saying I had to mute my mic right quick. But since we mute mics now. But anyways, jokey joke inside. But the whole thing is I'm in agreement with you, and after that bullshit, that's why I was already saying, I'm like, I'm not saying it right now, but after that bullshit, expect that guy. But he's gonna want to be a head coach if we go on. Even if we did decide to go after Chucky, he wants to be a head coach, bro. He don't want to be no coordinator no more. He did that. He been there. He done that. And in that advisory role like he's doing right now, yeah, man. Hey, he needs to be in here advising right now because I mean, hey, 4th and 2 inside the 20, we shouldn't be coming away with 3 points. You go for it. Even if we don't get the points, your defense has already got pressures, up the middle, around the sides. The cornerbacks are locked down. I mean, and bro, hey, I put my defense on the field, bro. I put my defense on the field, bro. And sometimes you have to take chances as an offensive coordinator. You got to take chances, bro. We can't keep on going down there. And just like you said again, Everett, I mean, we got a lot of money wrapped up into the running backs. Use them.
But
I mean, and bro, hat on hat.
I'm gonna respond to that. Okay, give me a second to respond. No, it's not. Hold on one second.
Well, in the meantime, before you ready to respond to that, yeah, go ahead.
Boy, Humphrey, you just read it, boy. But listen. The whole point of the matter is not. I want you guys to know I don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with. I agree with all of you guys' posts, and I heard you taking a shot saying we're using mics now. Yes, I don't want us talking over each other. I'm trying my best not to overtalk y'all. That's why y'all don't hear me. That's why y'all keep seeing me mute the mic and let y'all talk. Because if we don't get better at this, nobody wants to keep hearing people yelling and screaming at each other or over talking each other. If we don't get better at this, we ain't gonna be, it's just what it is. It's just a bunch of chaos, people yelling. Okay. My whole point to the matter is what I'm saying is this, is that when you talk about John Gruden, in my opinion, is not a great offensive-minded person no more. He's outdated. If I'm going to get rid of Pete Carmichael, I'm going to get a young-minded person. Where them John Gruden days are over. Go look at John Gruden and in his last couple of years, and go look at John Gruden. John Gruden is nowhere near what John Gruden used to be. Okay, and them Sean Payton guys and them John Gruden days, I think they are too outdated. I think we need to go get an energetic young man like a Ronald Curry, or like Sean McVay, a type of Sean McVay. Give them kind of people chances. Like with Sean McVay was like 30-something years old when he became the coach, the offensive coordinator with the Washington Redskins. Okay, and then he became a head coach with the Rams. You guys, look. I know we wanted these big names, but a big name don't qualify as a better offensive man. Okay, like you said before, John is used to running the show. We don't need nobody to underman Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen don't want to do with an ego as big as him, or somebody who's gonna be saying we need to let John Gruden as the head coach. Y'all got to think reality, brother, and not your feelings. That man is not going to let a guy who won a Super Bowl be his offensive mind as a coach. It's not going to happen. Go ahead, Nas. Go ahead, Nas. Nas going to get a chance to talk.
Well, for this game, this should be a game where of run the ball, play defense. You're not going to see a Derek Carr go for no 300, 400 plus. This is going to be a 240 plus, 270 plus predicted game.
Hold on 1 second. This guy in the chat said Sean McVay never won a Super Bowl. Well, he didn't win a Super Bowl with the Rams?
Yes, he did.
All right, I'm going to let that. You go ahead, Nas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't see Derek Carr going a game. I see him going a 240 plus, 270 plus, 2 touchdowns, if not that, 3, depending on how the offense gets in sync early. Alongside with the running game, you got a Kendre Miller, you got a Tony Jones Jr., you got a Taysom Hill to use this game. Where the run game, I would overall use those 3 guys and take the heat off Derek Carr, run the ball, play defense. The defense, you already know what they're going to do. The defense gonna do their thing, shut out the receivers. That Saxton dude, and you got. It was said in report that he's supposed to be out this game, but went down to questionable. So if he's not playing this game, that's going to be good for us because that's a speedy guy. Because you got Lattimore going against that guy who's a very good young receiver. And you looking at him like, man, number 9, we got to close him out. I said, well, Laddie Daddy's going to be covering an average name receiver who's young, but Adebo is going to get another name that's not really going to be doing the thing. So defense, you already know what they're going to do. This game is also a game where I said on the page, why are we not using Jawan Johnson? Why are we not using a Foster Moreau? Why are we not using a Jimmy Graham? Why are we not using a Taysom Hill all in the tight end room at the goal line enough the way they should be? Because it's too predictable. The play calling is predictable. That's diddly poo. I want to see better production, better play calling, and then take the heat off of Derek Carr as long as full possible. You don't want Derek Carr looking like full street shot whiskey, predictable, looking like diddly poo, looking like he could get sacked like a whole statue for free on game day and say, hey, Derek Carr's predictable. They're going with this and that information. I'm like,
Okay,
switch it up.
I'm gonna go with Larry in a few seconds. Paulson Adebo is out. We explained that in the beginning of the we did explain that Paulson is not playing, so we did explain that. But we're gonna go with Larry. Look, we only got a couple of minutes. I gotta go with Larry. Go ahead.
Nas, we ain't running that ball today. We're gonna run a little bit, but the Packers don't have a top cornerback. We airing that ball out.
Right.
We airing it out. We're not about to play no ball control, run the ball, defense type game because you're gonna wear your defense down. We airing that ball out today. We got all our top receivers, and they're missing they cornerback who some people believe is actually the top cornerback in the league. I don't, but they got people out there that believe that.
People out there who believe that.
If he ain't on that field, I'm taking shots. That's all I gotta say.
Henry, we're gonna go back to Henry.
We're
gonna let Humphrey have the last say. Go ahead, Henry.
I got the Saints winning this game 35-17.
Whoa, that's a good score. 35-17. That means we're gonna be rocking on offense.
And I think Michael Thomas gonna have 2 touchdowns.
Okay, if that happens, Henry, should Pete Carmichael be fired?
No.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to Humphreys. Go Humphreys.
Okay, bro. Well, I mean, and just to piggyback off of the old coaches and the stuff don't work anymore. Let's not forget Andy Reid won 3 Super Bowls out of the last 4 or 5 years, and he was the original behind Bill Walsh.
Yeah, but everybody ain't Andy Reid.
Hey,
everybody ain't Andy Reid.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Come on, man.
But Chucky come from Andy Reid.
Don't go pick one. Don't go pick one guy who took forever.
I'm just saying, Chucky came from Andy Reid.
Hold up. Don't go take one guy who took forever to win his first Super Bowl. Because don't act like Andy Reid didn't go through hell in Philadelphia. Now he got his next chance in Kansas City, but let's not act like how many Super Bowls he should have had. Okay, go ahead, Larry.
Well, not what he should have had. What he has.
I was just saying that it's going on. It's going on 1 o'clock where I'm at, but 12 where y'all at.
Okay, well, yeah, we about to end. I got the Saints winning this game, 27-24 over the Green Bay Packers. What? Anybody else got a score?
That close?
21-17
I
Saints.
told you, 28-17.
21-17.
It's just hey, look, my brother. I just want. I'm not gonna say blowouts because I get jinxed. Go ahead.
21-17 Saints.
What you say?
21-17 Saints.
21-17 Saints. I like that score. Nas.
Give me 34-13.
34-14. Oh wow, you and Henry on. Boy, I hope y'all right, man. I hope you and Henry is right.
He said 44-13.
I hope him and Henry is right. I don't care what you say.
He said 44.
Brian's in the chat.
34.
27-17. And then we got Christopher said 27-24. Might be a close Saints win. He's just like me. I want to thank y'all guys. We're gonna see y'all in the post game Hopefully we see Hump and Hump. I noticed you didn't get too wasted this time because we didn't see you in the post game last time. Now you can drink, Hump. Now you can drink so we can see you in the post game. All right, you guys, Henry. You know
Yeah,
I
well,
love you, brother.
hopefully
You know
I
I
don't
love
have
you.
to.
Don't take that. Don't take me talking while talking in personal, man. Well, you know I love you.
Come on, man. You know that. It's me.
Will,
Ain't
I'm
nothing going on
trying
here.
to do what you told me to do. You said let's have a better platform, and that's what I'm just listening to you, brother.
Hey, I got you, man. It's all good.
All right, y'all, and shout out to my sons. My sons got baptized today. Shout out to my
Praise
sons, and
God.
shout out to EJ, the host of the Baddest Sports Show, Baddest Sports Show podcast, who allowed me to host today because he went out and got my boys baptized today.
That's all right.
Amen,
All right.
y'all.
Praise
Right.
God,
And
man.
shout out
Amen.
to my youngest
All
son
right, bro.
who got accepted at Southern Miss University.
Shout out to Chris
Cool.
Dawg.
All right,
Cool.
y'all.
All right. Well, shit. Look. Who that, y'all? It's game time.
Who that?
All right, bro. Later.